Hello, everyone. So today I'm going to be showing how to run the FAIRmaterials package. One of the requirements for running the FAIRmaterials package is that the input is correctly filled out. So I have on my screen an example of what a correctly filled out Google Sheets CSV template sheet looks like. You can see that on the first page, we have an ontology name, we have the base URI for this ontology that we are creating, we specified a version, we have a list of authors, and we have a brief description of what the ontology is. In the namespace sheet, we have the prefix name of each ontology that we want to import, the URL for this ontology, and the URL of the location of the OWL ontology file online if it exists. If you click here, you can see that this URI points directly to the ontology file, whereas this URI is just the assigned base URI that PMDCO has given to its ontology. The next sheet is for defining concepts and entities. You could see that in this case, we are creating a ontology for a photovoltaic backsheet. So we have PV terms, and we have also imported some PMDCO terms like value object and provided identifier. We've also, for all of the terms that we have created ourselves, we've made them subclasses of PMDCO terms. Lastly, we have definitions for all of the variables that we have defined ourselves. In the relationship definitions sheet, we have all of the relationships that we are using in the ontology. So in the ontology for PV backsheet, we have 4, all of which are from PMDCO, and all of which have a domain of photovoltaic backsheets, which means that they start off from photovoltaic backsheet and they point to 4 different terms. Lastly, we have the value type definition sheet filled out. The value type definition sheet specifies all of the expected value types of certain variables. So if we take a look at row 3, row 3 is stating that the photovoltaic backsheet ID term has an expected value type or a value string. So once you have filled this out, you will go to File and download as a CSV file. You will download each of these sheets as a CSV file. Then you will go to whichever environment you want to work with, and you will add the sheets into the same folder. In this case, for the execution of the package, we are using the sheets that were filled out for the ChemXRN ontology. Once you have these sheets in the same folder, you will pip install FAIRmaterials to install our package. In order to ensure that the correct version is installed, it's important to type in pip show FAIRmaterials. The newest Python version of FAIRmaterials is 0.4.2.4 currently. So it looks like it's installed correctly. So now what we can do to take a look at the arguments available for the FAIRmaterials package is we can do FAIRmaterials 2 dashes help. This shows all of the arguments that are available through the package, as well as what they do. So to start off with a basic execution of the package, we're going to do FAIRmaterials folder path to specify the location of the sheets that we're trying to convert into an ontology. I'm going to copy the path, paste this. Okay, and it is finished executing. Since we are in the FAIRmaterials directory, it will output in the FAIRmaterials folder. We can see here that there is an MDS ChemXRN output, and this is 3 files. It has the graph, it has the turtle file, and it has the JSON file. So if we wanted to include the payload documentation as well, we would execute the package very similarly, but we would also include another argument saying include payload docs. Now that it's finished executing, it will have a fourth file, which is an HTML file that includes the documentation for the ontology. Lastly, another important argument is include value type edges. I believe that's the argument. Include graph value type. Include graph value type. And what this does, it includes the value types in the image. So now you can see here that the terms have the value types specified on the image, as well as the expected units.